I mean, I've been bragging about this young lady, and this is the fourth annual, and it's been 4 times, 4 years. South Texas Ace HBCU, and she's been doing it. And you have to be really dedicated to doing the things that she's doing because it takes dedication. This is just not just, oh, I'm gonna do this. This is what she's doing, and my hat goes off to her for helping out all the young black kids, black teenagers, making their way through college. And we need an extra boost. That's what's missing right here. We got to give these kids the boost and let them know that we care. And that's part of it because the way things are nowadays, people go out, they don't care about me. They don't care what they say. They don't care about me. Well, we won't care if you don't talk to us. And on the flip side of that, I'm gonna be a little mean, not that mean, but to the parents. We do have to listen to our kids. We can't tell them what to do all the time, even though they got to have some structure, but get feedback from them. They want to know the whys. You could tell them everything in the world. Why? You get to the point you get tired of hearing. So if you start off saying, I want you to do this, this is the reason why I want you to do it. Give them the whys and they'll be okay. That's that's so simple right there. But just to let everybody know, we are broadcasting live on Facebook up under WSN Radio, Twitch WSN Radio. What else? What else? YouTube WSN Radio SA to what is it? Tarvo as WSN Radio, and also we're broadcasting on Instagram WSN Radio 210. So we got all that going for us today, and we love it. We love it that we're doing all this, and so that's what's happening here. All right, without further ado, let me go ahead and cut her mic up so I don't drown her out or she drown me out. There we go, right here. Good afternoon, young lady.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I am doing good. I've been running around all day, and I didn't think I was gonna make it to the office in time. That's the reason why I said let's go ahead and do a Zoom, and I didn't make it. It was either the office or coming to my house, and coming to my house was 5 minutes where I was at. Going to my office was 20 minutes, so I
Hey,
chose here. So
whatever is easier, I understand because I was like, oh, home is easier because I probably get lost trying to find the
uh,
office.
that's okay. That's okay. You did hear the commercial that I did, right?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't get to send you like a thank you text message,
Okay.
but I do truly appreciate all that you're doing to assist us in getting the word out.
Yeah, I also did the pictures you sent me. I did a slideshow with the commercial too.
I
That's
seen that. I was like, where
yeah.
these pictures come from?
And I don't think it was less than a day you sent it to me, and I sat down here and I went to town and boom, 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 pow, pow, pow. I got it going. I said, "Look at you, Ron. I'm gonna pat my own self on the back." But, but just sitting here doing all that, that made me realize a lot of things.
Mhm.
That if I spread the word to one person, they spread it to two, the two spread it to four, and going down the line. I said, a lot of people don't understand about social media. That's the whole idea. You have friends in your group. If you share it with somebody, it's shared with everybody. It keeps on going down the line. Now we need to get the feedback and people signing up. That is
That
the next step. But before we get into that, I want you to tell us about the soccer game going on.
Well, on the 5th of June at 8 o'clock, they invited a Better Chance for Youth to come out to the San Antonio professional soccer team game. We do have those tickets available. That I did have to ask their permission. I said, "Can I share that?" I talked with them this morning. Now, if they are listening to the show and they are in San Antonio, I have tickets while they last that are absolutely free.
Ooh,
So I,
I did. I like that word. That four-letter word, free.
so I do have it's not that many, but hey, we just want people to get exposed to something different, so that should help too.
So, how can they get a hold of you to get some free tickets?
They can email me at mrobinsonabc@icloud.com. That way it'll go directly to me. And while they last,
Okay, while they last, I like that. Yeah, you can't ask nothing
they
no better than
promise you.
that.
While they last.
All
Otherwise,
right.
you have to pay $21. But while
Oh,
they last,
free and
and the
21.
proceeds,
What's
yeah,
that?
the proceeds help us. The proceeds go back to the organization to help out with the things we do throughout the year. So
Okay. That sounds like
either
a
way it
winner.
goes, it's helping.
And that game is an evening game, right?
Yes, sir. It's an evening game on Wednesday, Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m.
Okay. All right. All right.
At
So
the Toyota Center, I believe. I
yeah,
think
it's
that's
over
what
there
that's.
by Morgan's Wonderland. Yeah,
Okay.
right over there. You mentioned Morgan Wonderland. They know exactly where to go to.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, and I'm gonna still talk about that every day until that up to that day. I'm gonna talk about it. So, we have no problem in getting that together. Um, so now you got your fourth annual South Texas HBCU coming up. We know I talked to you about the past already, how things were, and so let's talk about where you at right now and where you want to be at.
Ooh. Where I'm at right now, I have a really, really good partner, and I know that he probably is busy, and he has an organization, and that's actually, we help each other. This is really our event. He graduated from Grambling. His name is Leon Fry. He usually does the Alamo Fest. And the send off initially, when it started 4 years ago, was in the middle of COVID, and so it's grown. Where we aren't really where we want to be because the students don't sign up to the last minute. And what they don't understand is signing up at the last minute, you might miss out on something. So
Yeah,
if you don't sign up, we can't get you a gift and you'll be kind of disappointed. But we also want alum to come out and welcome them into the HBCU family because um, in this area is not a popular decision. And so for a lot of our scholars, it's their first time going away to school. And then when you're taking such a stance as going to a historically black college or university, whereas most of your peers are going to schools locally, that's, as a child, that's a lot. And then to tag on, most of our scholars are first generation. So we want to celebrate them and know that they have a community and a family behind them. And this year, one of our scholars from the first year, she graduated from Prairie View, and I promise you, I thought I was like at the graduation watching her. Dejanay Anderson graduated with her nursing degree from Prairie View, and I cried because I remember the first send off. She was nervous about going to school, and I was like, "Girl, you better go enjoy your life." But we literally followed them all years, across the stage, and that's why this year Leon decided that we should add a career fair component. So if you are hiring, come set up a table. You don't know, somebody that graduated or a parent might need a job, and you might be able to help them out as well.
yeah. That's how it goes, don't it? So about the kids signing up, what do they get when they sign up with you?
When they sign up for the send off, they get to decorate a table, mainly with the school that they plan on going to in the fall. And that way, the alum can identify them. We do give them a small care package of things. Now, we do have an Amazon wish list, and we're encouraging people to go there versus donating money. So that way, they can leave them a note, like a gift tag note, or we prefer they do that. But if they don't want to and they just want to donate funds, then they can go to either of our websites and they will have a donation button. But they get a, I guess you would say, a care package of basic essentials to get them through probably that first 2 months of school, like washing powder, uh, dishwashing liquid, things that things that they need that they don't really think they need till they get there. And we give them that, and then we We do have Frost Bank that is coming to do financial literacy and credit because that's important too. When you get on campus, a lot of those creditors, they, give you anything, free dinner, free money, free gift card to sign up to get a credit card, but we want to teach them before they go to stay away from those type of things. And then we
Yeah.
also have Charles H. Gunther. See, I think I might be saying that name wrong, but they're coming to talk about their internships and things that they have available for students that are attending historically black colleges and universities, and also talk about some of the careers that they have, which is really interesting because I didn't know as much history about that. I was like, oh God, I didn't know y'all did all that. So we do have a lot of people coming to present. And if somebody is even interested in presenting, we encourage that. And then once towards the end, we start doing like a little family game night type of thing where the parents compete against the kids. Last year, the parents did win, by default, I think.
I
And
know.
then this
I
year,
seen some of the video that you shared with me. Them parents are more competitive than the kids were.
we don't like to lose. Well, most people don't let me compete because I don't like to lose.
Oh,
But it was all in fun. Like, and it was funny because some of the younger people knew those old songs, and it just blew me out the water. I was like, "What y'all know about Marvin Gaye? You only 18."
yeah. They got that old soul.
Right, right. And then this year you're gonna join us, so I am extremely excited that you will be there to witness a lot of these things as well. So
Oh, when it comes down to kids, that's a soft spot for me right there, and to have them going to college, and for the first time, and some of the things you mentioned, I'm a tap on when you said dishwashing liquid and all that, because this is the first time these kids are going out on their own. They're gonna have to realize they're gonna start buying some of this stuff and introducing them and bringing that stuff to them. All right, I'm gonna give you no supplies for 2 months, but you better write down what we give you so you can replace it a month and a half before you run out. You notice what I said, a
right,
month and a half before you run out.
right. Even toilet paper, like we gave, and you don't realize how important things are until you don't have it. So we tried our best to prepare them, just with a little token, and
Mm,
it has its benefits, and then it also offers them a chance to meet current students
yeah.
as well. Like, and some people, I think at the send off last year, they met their roommate at the send off. So I was like, that's
Oh, that's
pretty
good. That's good. So, go back and you said that one lady to graduate. What is most fulfilling for you to see that you send them off and 4 years later they graduate? How does that feel, that accomplishment that you did?
well. It really, I'll be honest. I did a really big ugly cry when all four of the graduates from that this year's class graduated from college because I met some of them as young as seventh grade. And it was kind of like a proud mom moment. I know I'm not their mom, but we literally like been with them through the whole process, the deciding on the school, the getting prepared to go to school. Sometimes I'll find money or find scholarships and I text their mom, they look, they need to get on this, go to the office. And it's not that we hold their hand, it's just being in their corner while they're there. Some people say they follow you to college, but I want to make sure you get there. I want to provide that support the whole time because, sometimes people forget, just because they're freshmen, they're excited that they're going, but they forget those other years as well.
Yes. I was I looked at something today of a Catholic school in Louisiana.
They,
That's an all girl school. Have you heard of that
oh,
school?
mm-hmm,
They turned around, and I watched the video. They come there. They're not allowed to have their phone in school. None of that stuff is. It's sort of strict, but they have 100% them graduating. 100% get a scholarship to college.
mm-hmm,
So what you're doing is just the tip of the iceberg of things to come for your organization. Because when you said you almost cried like you were their mama after 4 years, that's four you touched. That's four you touched. So later on in life, they can sit down when they get their degree and they're sitting up there and they got their job, their career. They can think back, oh man, Miss Robinson, she turned me. I've been knowing her since seventh grade. Here I am, 23 years old. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. Do you think about things like that? Them coming, you probably cry all over again, right?
Well,
But
I don't want to say I don't think about it like that. I use it's my way of giving back. I mean, if you truly know my story and know my humble beginnings, I had a teacher do it for me. Like I am not, and some people are, why you keep telling people that? I was not a normal student. I was a unique student, and I didn't take education serious. So that led me to graduate in the lower percentile. Like really low, like 1.9 low. And I had a teacher that just didn't give up. I talked to her. She's my second grade teacher, Connie Bill. I talked to her a couple of days ago, honestly. And I just told her thank you. Sometimes we miss that part when
yeah.
people do stuff. And I said, Miss Bill, why was you always making me go to stuff? And she said, because I knew you had it in you.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I would skip school. I would do everything. No, you had it in you. You just weren't ready yet. Even on campus, and we have a program where we send them care packages while they're at school. We kind of fell off a little bit this year because it's not free. Like we need donations to survive off of that.
Right.
But and when it's not donations, it come out of my budget. And if my budget math ain't math, then it doesn't happen. And that's the sad part. But Miss Bill used to send me a card every month.
Mm.
And it would in that I said if I ever get to a point where I'm able to do that, I'm going to do that for others. And it's called motivational mailing. We used to send about 20 students. They would have to sign up, and we usually put the list out, and they would send them anything. Sometimes it's a gift card to Walmart. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
a note. And you don't know how that would change a person's mindset, especially your first time away from home. Sometimes, everybody don't like to live with other people. So roommate thing can be challenging. And Miss Bill used to do that for me, because it's not that I didn't know about school, because both my parents are educators. They're master educators. They're retired school teachers.
Hmm.
But we don't always want to hear things like that from our parents. Even though, I appreciate my parents and pushing me and all that they have done, because I know I gave them a run for their money as a child.
You and me
but
both.
but just looking back at it, and to go back to what you said, that's the why. If
Yes.
I know somebody poured into me, and me reaching back and pouring into others, then we're healing our community with this. It's not, we can't get to the top and leave everybody behind. That's not working together.
No, you're right about that. You are so right about that. So, how many people you want to sign up? What is the limit for them signing up?
We usually cap it at 20. Right now we have approximately 10. So we're halfway there. And then the other issue is a lot of schools in San Antonio and surrounding areas, they hear about it late. And so when they hear about it late, it's kind of hard. And then also is some scholars, and I'm sorry, I have to be, I guess, a bad guy for this. Some scholars will say they're going to school to get the free items. And then when we do our check, because we do check to make sure that they did go to school,
Yeah.
they're not there. And that's not fair to someone who could have got it. So we had to be a little bit more tighter on the registration process. So in the registration process on the form, they have to upload a fee, like maybe they paid their dorm fee, and they have to show like a receipt to that. And it's
Yeah.
it's not that we're being like hard, but we've done this 4 years, and each 4 year we get burnt that way. So I'm
Okay.
sorry. Like, acceptance letter will no longer just suffice.
Well,
We have
that's keeping them held. One thing they got to know once they reach their plateau going to college, you got to be held accountable.
yes, yes,
And
definitely.
being held accountable is some people don't like that. And then they say, "What? You don't trust me?" It just I don't trust you. It's just I won't make sure you're doing what you out there doing. You
Exactly.
know, and I know that's hard to do, and I know it's hard for kids because they want their freedom, but they can have their freedom in 4 years once they graduate.
And then it'd be like me wanting to go back to school because everything I was rich when I was in college.
I hear you. I hear you. So, this fourth annual South Texas HBCU, what date is it taking place, and where is it going to be?
It is going to be on June 29th. It's a Saturday. We will start at 12 o'clock noon and we'll go to, sometimes we stop early, but depending on if the adults lose fairly, if the adults take the win and they let the adults win, then it'll be 5 o'clock. But if the adults lose, because it might be
Oh,
5:36.
yeah, I hear you
But
on that one.
so yes, and it will be at the Carver Branch Library, located on the east side of San Antonio. I believe it's 30 East 3350 Commerce Street. I believe I might be wrong.
I think you're right on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that one. Yeah. So, but once you go ahead, so you're looking for 10 more students or
Yes.
kids. How do you go about getting the kids? You just take word out to the high schools, or how do you go about recruiting?
I email I email the high schools, and sometimes we send email or messenger messages to some of the local churches, because sometimes church youth groups have programs where they have graduates, and we assist that way as well. But for the most part, usually people look forward to it because siblings are now going to school. So it's like, wait a minute, my brother did it 2 years ago. Are y'all still doing that? So
Yeah.
it's they look forward to it. So that's a good thing. But we just need them to sign up so we know that we have enough items for them as well.
Right. And that's not so you got 10 so far right now,
Yes, sir.
and you're working on more. So a question, if somebody came up to you and say, what is the advantage of me going to HBCU school?
Well, being that I went to both, my undergrad is from Wilberforce University, which, to give you a quick history lesson, Wilberforce is the oldest HBCU owned and operated by African Americans. So the reason I would say it's essential is almost like a kid going to kindergarten. You want them to have a perfect foundation so they're set to deal with the world. Um, I can only speak about me. I can't speak about everybody else. Like I said, I was not a normal student. I didn't like school, but
You know
didn't
what?
like school.
Me and you from the same boat. I didn't like school until I got out and I had to end up paying for my college. Then I appreciate it after that when it comes out your pocket.
Exactly. And I got on campus and I realized that it was people who looked like me that held doctorate degrees, and people who was not going to let me fail no matter how hard I tried to self sabotage. And being that I still have this professor, I talk to her every now and again. I had her freshman year, and me and my bright self, brilliant self, thought I could write a essay in pencil. Even though I skipped the line, I thought I was this. I said, I finished this paper. I handed it to her, smiling and everything. She politely gave it back to me with red ink. You need to go to the resource center. Type this is due tomorrow.
Ooh.
And she, and so she was just that one professor that just was not like having it. And she would say, because she knew I was in the choir, I was a soloist for the university choir, and she also, would tell me, you want to go on tour, you better get this paper done. And so to me, if you are that unique student that need that extra push, the HBCU will help you find it. Or the reason why I believe that is more essential and that foundation is good for you is because you will find a way to make it.
Yeah.
You can take me for instance. I like didn't like school, and now I'm all the way up. I have an ED now.
Yeah.
If
Uh,
I had not went to my HBCU, I wouldn't be able to navigate in higher learning places
right.
because you get prepared for that as well, and you get that nurturing, and you get that tough love that some of us spoiled kids might not have received when we needed.
Yeah. So you said you just said something that hits a nerve from when you said when you went to your HBCU school that there were people there like you. And I
Mhm.
think that's what's lacking in some of our black youth. They got to see somebody like us out there that's making it, and they can say, "I could do that." And that's I see you answer that question. What's the difference in going to an HBCU school? And that is the difference. You see professors. You could be a professor. You
Right.
know, you could do all that right there, and then you see everybody from different parts of the country coming there, and you pick up a more culture from all parts, from the Midwest to the East to the West Coast, Southwest, all right there, and I
The
think
melting.
I think that what's that?
I said it's a melting pot. I mean, and
Yes,
even with some of the professors are, from overseas. Some of our classmates, like we had a classmate from Barbados. We had some classmates from Tanzania, West Africa. Like we had all kind of people. And one of my most memorable experiences, at Wilberforce is we got to go to Cairo, Egypt, not once, twice for free, and to be able to walk the grounds and see the pyramids. And then the second time, this is why people tease me about being spoiled. My mom went the
mm,
second time because she said she wanted to see her child sing on that type of stage. And you look back at stuff that you may take for granted. I'm like, goodness, here we are, these inner city kids that's in college, and we're in a whole different country
yeah,
as guests as a U.S. ambassador. You get those type of experiences. And Wilberforce is a small church school, but a lot of people overlook the smaller universities because they go for names. But each 102 is a hidden gem. Every HBCU has their unique niche or their first moment or
yeah,
something that makes you like, wow, you did that. In the big wave now, a lot of HBCUs have gymnastic teams. And we have one young lady. She was at the send off last year. She came from Morgan. She's going to Morgan State, and she had a phenomenal um, gymnastic season. Like I believe her gymnastic team got to go to the White House a couple of times. So these are these experiences. You won't see it on the news, of course,
right.
but these are things that if we expose our kids early, when it's time to go to college, they can take part in some of these things instead of just seeing, homecoming is nice, but they get to see the real why.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. I tell you. So this your fourth year, and I know you got years counted down. Um, And you were saying that you've been to other places, but you love the Carver Library place right there.
Yes, I do love Dr. DL and his staff there. They actually won a community award from us this year at our annual sneaker ball. It's the history of the Carver Branch Library that makes me want to continue to do things there. The Carver Branch Library, it reminds me of home. Where I grew up, we had a library in the neighborhood, and that was, back then you could call it kind of like daycare. Your mom just
Drop
you
you
go
off.
two places. You go two places. You go to the library, you go to the park. And I was just one of those kids. I'm not about to play outside. It's too hot.
Oh, so
And
you
I would go
so you became a book nerd.
no, I would go to the library and do like the crafts and the different.
Oh, okay.
So
All
yeah,
right. Well,
so
can't knock you for that and not being out. And nowadays, I don't care anybody say it's a little hotter now than it was years ago.
oh yeah.
It's hot outside right now. June 1st is tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
So coming to that day on the 29th,
Yes.
um, you have volunteers to come help you set up, or do everybody set up their own area?
really they set up their own area. We usually just do like a layout and have everybody where they're going to be stationed that day. We do have some vendors that want to be outside because of the type of things. Like if it's food vendors, they're outside. But if it's like clothes, earrings, and things like that, they're inside. We also have alumni tables where some people represent their schools and give out information as well. It is, like I said, it is a whole different experience. Like it's a learning experience, is fun, and that's why we kind of designed it that way. Big business in the morning, fun times in the afternoon, so that everything is similar to how your school day will be. Like in college, you're gonna take care of your business in the morning if you schedule your classes right,
Yeah.
and then you can hang out in the afternoon.
You like me because when I was going to school, my class had to be in the mornings. I couldn't stand doing anything in the afternoon. I did my class, and by 1 o'clock, I was done and I was free.
Oh Lord, well
That-
no, I schedule my classes like I used to like guiding light, so anything at
you schedule your class around the soap operas.
the soap operas and Ricky Lake.
Oh boy, I'm gonna leave you alone on that one. You mentioned I could take the soap opera Ricky Lake. Oh boy.
That was when she used to be good. That was a long time ago.
I know. She came across the scene and she was different and stuff. Okay, before we get to conclusion and everything, yes, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna have some fun playing some music and all that good stuff. I'm enjoying it, and you could pencil me in almost every year. I'll be there with you because one thing I like is supporting nonprofit. I like supporting our black youth, and I can't think of a better way than doing that. And hopefully, I'll spread the word too. Matter of fact,
Thank you.
when we get off the air, I'm gonna text you our church address.
Okay,
Yeah, so you can send something to them.
I
So,
definitely will.
all right. Tell everybody again what's going on. Starting off with the soccer and leading up to June 29th.
On June 5th, you can come join us at the soccer field next to Morgan's Wonderland. We are having ABC Youth Night at the soccer game, and it starts at 8 o'clock. I do have free tickets only for people, is limited. But if you reach out and say you need tickets, I have them while they last. But other than that, they're $21. And then we also have the HBCU send off, which we need you. We need people to sign up. We need vendors. We need donations. We actually aren't asking for monetary, but if that's the only way you can do, that's fine. But we prefer you go to the Amazon wish list that is on all our platforms and click there so that way you can leave the scholar a note, so they know it came from you. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, we appreciate you coming on board, Monique. It was a pleasure. And like I said, when we get off, I will definitely send the information to our church.
Okay, and thank you for having me again.
Oh,
It's
no
always a
problem.
pleasure.
All right. All right. You take care.
Yes, sir.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye bye.